Hey guys, this is Doran, CEO Culture Matters. Today I want to talk about Jordan Belfort's new book, basically Catching the Wolf of Wall Street. It's the story that comes after he actually got arrested and got caught. But I want to make, because I use him a lot in my talks and my teaching and my coaching, I bring him up a lot. Why? Well, let's go back. Let's go back before the drugs. Let's go back before the buying into companies, before their value increased, which was, illegal, obviously. Let's go back to what actually got this guy in less than 3 years to take two guys in the back of a garage, him and his business partner, to 1,000 employees, where the average employee earned $1 million a year, W-2. Who's ever done that? How did he do it? And was it legal? Was it not legal? The moral of the story is Jordan Belfort was an insanely persuasive gentleman. He mastered the art of communication, and he mastered leadership and time blocking and daily strategy to be able to bring all these young 18 to 22-year-olds up to be able to demonstrate value to the 1% to buy stocks, which at the time no one had ever done. So what makes a great business? Solving a problem where there wasn't one, meaning no one had ever sold penny stocks to the 1% before. He had the idea. Apparently, when he and his business partner started, they rented out the back of a garage. They were trying to figure out what they were going to say to get people to buy into these stocks because the splits were way bigger. And now, obviously, people nowadays, they invest in venture capital all the time. It's like a normal thing. It's like, 2000, the bust with the dot-com bubble. Right now, money's everywhere. It's flowing everywhere. You've got low interest rates. So it's not like it's not a new thing anymore, and it's a commonplace thing. So this was in the 90s, in the late 80s, before anyone had ever done any of this stuff. Yeah, early 90s. So basically, he's like, well, how do we do it? So they put a script together, and him and his partner basically went out, and they got 1,000 or so names of the top 1%, and they called on them. And when they called on them, everyone said no. They didn't get any yeses. So this is a guy that became the best salesman. He has go on YouTube, type in straight line persuasion. He's got amazing stuff on there. It'll teach you amazing things about communication. He did all that, but he failed. Now, most people would give up, but he went back to the drawing board, put together another script, tried it again, failed again, went back to the drawing board, and then they figured out if they give them what they want, which are the blue chips, they can help them buy what they need, which are the big opportunities, like the someday Berkshire Hathaways or the someday Apples or the someday Sonys, and that's what they did. And apparently, according to Jordan, his business partner came out from the back of the garage, pale as a ghost, and was like, I made a sale, and he's like, how much? And he goes, 70 grand. One call. At that point in time, he could basically see the future, like what it was going to be, which was his vision of what to come. And he was like, oh my God, this is going to be insane. I'm going to make tons of money. He could just see all those hundreds of guys in the rooms banging the phone. Now, at first, he tried to push these guys like most of us do in our businesses. We try to push employees to be as passionate as we are about our business. And that didn't work. So that's when he came up with the straight line persuasion, which he now teaches mostly overseas. Now, how did he implement it? Every day, in the morning and in the afternoon, he did sales training on the straight line. Consistency. What I found in most of the books that I've read about great people is they're consistent. They do it every day. Once they have the great idea, they take action on it every day. I live this myself. When I did my gym, and we just started with nothing but a credit card on the back of the gym, sleeping there with sleeping bags, and in 100 days, we had 25 staff from 2. It was because every day, from 12 to 1, we had team meetings where no one was paid to be there. They wanted to be there so they could grow. We had conversations like this. I told stories like this. We gave them tangible takeaways like I'm about to give you so they could be better versions of themselves. And after a while, after a short period of time, the entire business changed. They changed. I changed. The customers had better experience, and the profits went up. Why? The experience was better. The value was there, and people want to invest money in the place. So what can we take away from Jordan Belfort? Legally, this guy by 25 was making $1 million a week. Illegally, he was buying into those companies. He got greedy. The whole movie is true, apparently. He did the wrong thing, and he made, what, $1 billion. But legitimately, he made $1 million a week just demonstrating value and figuring out something that was a problem that no one had ever invested in these new companies before, being able to convince and show the value and properly. So people made a lot of money, and he raised $3 billion in a few short years, which one could argue that actually stimulated the economy. So I always use Jordan Belfort as an example, and he's someone that has been a mentor to me, whether I've met him or not, which I haven't yet. I hope to someday. And I'll continue to help a lot of people through his stuff. So I would recommend reading his entire story. I would recommend going on YouTube, Type in straight line persuasion. He has 10 hours of free content. And I would recommend the next time you think to say someone is this or that, put some research into it and see what you can learn from them, because anyone in their young, early 20s can create a hundreds of $1 million company and grow that hundreds of leaders to be the best version of themselves. That's someone I want to learn from. So I'll give this book and all his books 5-star reviews. And you guys have a great day. Thanks.